and welcome back to our Family Fun Friday series. Partners Metro Parks of Butler County, Butler Soil and Water Conservation District, and the Ohio State University Extension are happy to bring you a different topic each week. Today, we're going to be covering some time that Lynn and I spent out in the park looking for fossils. Come join us.
Hi, my name is Lynn White. I'm the Volunteer and Education Specialist with Butler Soil and Water, and I'm glad you can join us today to look for fossils. I'm here with my partner.
I'm Becky Vanderpool. I'm the Senior Manager of Park Connections with Metro Parks of Butler County, and I'm very happy you're here today too.
So we're going to show you a few of the things that we found just in a few minutes looking along the beach area in this park, and hopefully you have as much luck as we did.
Look for fossils in any creek that you visit.
Remember, those fossils belong in the park.
So let's start with, what is a fossil? A fossil is the naturally preserved remains or traces of animals or plants that lived in the past. Fossils sometimes include the remains of organisms that were once living, and others are signs that organisms were present, things like footprints, tracks, trails, and burrows. So how are fossils formed? Fossils are formed in a number of different ways, but most are formed when a plant or animal dies in a watery environment and it is buried in mud and silt. As the soft tissues decompose, hard bones or shells are left behind. Sediment then builds over the top and hardens into rocks. The space left behind them fill with minerals, making a stone replica of the organism or a fossil.
So when you're out looking for fossils, look for patterns that don't look like they belong, like these weird shapes on that rock and all these round holes in this rock. That will start helping you to spot where the fossils might be. Now this one, you can see the shape here. This is from a shell called a brachiopod, and on the other side we have the same shape, but it's sticking out instead of inside. So this is the inside of the shell, this is the outside of the shell. So if you look at this shell print here, it's even preserved the lines that were part of the pattern on that original shell. So this is one of my favorite fossils that we've found here on the beach area. This is covered in hundreds and hundreds of shells, and it's hard to make out any individual shell, but there's so many here that it's actually been named after this area. This is called Cincinnati Hash, and a hash is a mix-up. So this is a mix-up of shells that are found in the Cincinnati area. So this rock is called granite, and it comes from volcanoes. And there's no volcanoes anywhere near here. The volcano this actually came from is way up in northern Canada, and it was brought here by nature. At least 3 times in the past, glaciers have carried rocks all the way down from northern Canada, and they've deposited some of those rocks in this area, like this piece of granite.
Thanks, Lynn, for spending time looking for fossils with me, and thanks to all of you for watching. See what you can find when you're out in the parks. Just remember, fossils should be left and observed where you found them so that others have the opportunity to see them as well. Come back next week for our next Family Fun Friday series, where we'll be talking about food chains. Just what does a rotten log have to do with the food chains? See you then.